Welcome to the Zero Blaster. Okay, we have a blue blaster here in the box. I'm going to take this out. There's just a couple little things that hold it. Pull it out like this. You also got a nice bottle of super fluid right here, good for many thousands of rings. The instructions are right down in here at the bottom. All right, so that's that. All right, now as far as these instructions go, I'm going to show you this quickly. There's a diagram on the instructions that'll tell you everything that I'm about to tell you. Show it, everything is labeled, tells you how to use it, all the important things that you need to do. The back shows you how to do some tricks, a little bit of physics about the rings and so forth. And yeah, so take a good look at the instructions. We really recommend it. All right, so first thing, of course, is we need to put batteries in it. So the battery doors under here is the one screw that holds it. Put it in with the right polarity, of course, and that's the beginning of that. Over here we have what we call the fill tank. This is where your fluid actually goes in that makes the fog. So in order to fill it, you simply take this bottle with a nice spout, you put it right in there, and you squeeze until you see it go right, until you see the thing fill right up to this point here, right at the top of the tank. All right. Make sure that you put this plug back in, because it's very, very important that this is sealed well. I'm going to quickly just name a few things. So this is the fill plug. This is the empty plug, which I'll tell you about later. This is the vapor trigger. This is the power button. This is the firing trigger. This is the dampening knob. This is another speed control. And this right here is the sound selector. All right, so let's quickly go into it. I have batteries loaded into this one already. So let me just quickly show you how this works. So with everything loaded and so forth, this empty, you push the power button in, and you'll see the blue light go on in the front of the item. Now you want to hold that for about 6 seconds. Then after you've held it for 6 seconds, you push the vapor trigger in, and you'll see the front fills up with vapor. Now in order to fire it, you simply put your finger up here and pull back. Let me just show you firing. All right, now, this is a speed control. When you push it up this way, it slows it down a little bit. I'll just show you really quickly. You can see the rings are coming out slower. When I push it up all the way, they'll come out much faster. All right, so that's one control. This is what we call a dampening control, and I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to push it all the way up, but it says rings 2 this way, 1 that way. So what that does is when I open it all the way up, when I turn it to the 2 rings, when I fire it with this down and everything, you're going to see 2 rings come out. And that's really great for doing tricks and so forth. You know, you can put rings through rings. It is a way of pushing the gun forward and making bigger rings. We'll get it, but that's something you need to read on the instructions. Now, when I turn this thing counterclockwise to 1 ring, what that does is there's a little pad that pushes against this plunger right here, and what that does is it keeps the it'll only make 1 ring at that point. Now, all right. So now I'm going to show you that only 1 ring is going to come out. See how there's only 1 ring coming out, and it's a nice thick ring also. You're going to get a thicker ring when you dampen it like that. And you can do some little tricks by pushing it forward. You can dampen it more. It's a very fine-tuned, it's just really fine-tuning it. All right? So that's the story there. Now, another very important aspect here is there's a little tank in the front here. That will fill up because not all the fluid turns into vapor. And it's important that you get this cleaned out because it'll affect the way the generator works inside here. So the way you empty that is very simply pull this off. You push the bottle in like this, put it right in like that, and just let it suck right back out. And then, of course, you can reuse the fluid. And that way you're going to get 100% use of the fluid. Now, over here, this is the sound button. There's 7 possible sounds. So you just push it. That's 1 sound. There's a lot of different sounds, and then there's a dead spot. When I get to the dead spot, that's a dead spot right there. So if your kids are driving you crazy, you don't have to hear the sound.
There you go.
All right. So another again, here we are with the this is just makes it go faster when you push down. It actually says faster right there. Slow when you push up. Dampening. This is the power button. Again, hold it for 6 seconds or so, then squeeze in to make the fog. This is the firing trigger. And just clean it out here whenever it fills. Blast away.
It's not just a toy.
Not just a toy. This is really a sophisticated piece. There's a lot of adjustments. There's a lot of fun things you can do. You can put rings through rings. You can bounce rings off of rings. You can make rings go through and flip off to the side. You can have long distance. You can shoot your television. You can do anything you want. And everything is a target. And I clean, and it's this is the most peaceful ray gun on the planet.
All right.
Hey, Zero Blaster, blast away.
All right.